There are seats up front, guys. If you want to use them, there are seats up front. And please try to keep one seat vacant between you. Thank you. There are seats up front on the right-hand side as well. You can use those chairs up front. There are also seats up in the balconies. If anyone wants to go up, the balconies are also open. There are seats right here, guys, the ones who just came in, right here on this side. There are 2 rows of empty seats waiting for you. And the balconies upstairs are also open. If you want to go upstairs, the seats are open on the balconies as well. There are seats right here on this side, guys. Right here, 2 rows of empty seats. Thank you very much. Take your seats. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, let us begin. Please, everyone, take your seats. Thank you very much. I need to tell you before we begin that everyone is required to keep their mask on, covering their mouth and nose, and also, if possible, please sit with 1 seat apart from one another. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Marcin Witkowski, and I am your Master of Ceremonies for today. I work for the International Office of Adam Mickiewicz University, and it is my great pleasure to say welcome to all of you in presence, in person, for the first time in more than 18 months. Welcome, guys, to Adam Mickiewicz University. Such a great day, such a thrill to have you here with us. It's an excellent opportunity for us to finally get off our butts, get off and away from our screens, and be back on campus and see you guys live attending classes for the new academic year 2021-2022. We have a great lineup for you. We expect this event to last for about 1 hour and a half, followed by a small snack we prepared downstairs and a tour, a walking tour of Poznań that most of you guys have already registered for. But before we begin, a small history lesson, perhaps, because one of our distinguished speakers today that I'm going to introduce soon is a historian, our Vice-Rector for International Cooperation. So we cannot start any commencement ceremony without teaching you guys and showing you what our Polish values stand for. And in order to do that, I want to ask you to please be upstanding for the Polish national anthem. Thank you very much. Please be seated. Right now, I want to show you a welcome clip from Adam Mickiewicz University.
Welcome guys, I'm Junjun Jia from China. 大家好，欢迎大家，我是贾君君，来自中国。Welcome you guys to Poland.
Hi, my name is Ayush Ranjan. I am from India. स्वागतम. मैं आयुष रंजन हूँ. आपका यहाँ स्वागत है.
Welcome, my name is Dulani Irinta, I'm from Indonesia. Halo semuanya, perkenalkan nama saya Dulani Irinta, saya berasal dari Indonesia. Selamat datang.
Welcome, my name is Emine and I'm from Turkey. Hoş geldiniz. Ben Emine ve Türkiye'liyim.
Welcome.
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 Welcome. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome.
That were some welcome messages from our top university management and students that we have been fortunate to host here at Adam Mickiewicz University. Let me just add to these words of welcome a few of my own in some languages that I know that you guys speak, and we have a few groups of international students who speak those languages. Unfortunately, we don't have time to welcome you in all of your native languages, but I'll try to do it just in a few. So first, let me do it in the language of our largest neighbors to the east. Привет всем русскоговорящим студентам. Добро пожаловать в университет имени Адама Мицкевича в Познани. Приветствуем вас и желаем успешного учебного года. All the best. And now ein Hallo und ein herzliches Willkommen an alle deutschsprachige Studierende. Wir freuen uns so sehr, dass Sie hier sind und wünschen Ihnen ein erfolgreiches Studienjahr, alles Gute und einen angenehmen Aufenthalt an der Adam Mickiewicz Universität. Salve e ciao e un sentito benvenuto a tutti gli studenti di lingua italiana. Siamo così felici che siate qui e vi auguriamo un anno accademico di successo, tutto il meglio, godetevi il vostro soggiorno all'Università Adam Mickiewicz di Poznań. Y pues ahora, hola. Una calorosa bienvenida a todos los estudiantes de habla hispana. Estamos muy contentos que estéis aquí y os deseamos un buen año académico, todo lo mejor. Disfruta de vuestra estancia en la Universidad Adam Mickiewicz de Poznań. Many Spanish students here. Some of them are my family, so it's okay. Now it's a real challenge, and forgive me if I get this wrong, because that's the language that I don't speak every day. Bu odada Türkçe konuşan öğrenciler var mı? So let me just say a few words in Turkish. Sizleri aramızda görmekten mutluluk duyarız. Adam Mickiewicz Üniversitesi'nde iyi şanslar ve başarılı bir dönem dileriz. Thank you, you're very kind, you're actually too kind. Guys, let me just walk you through the agenda for today, real briefly. This is how our agenda shapes up. In a moment, I'm going to introduce some distinguished speakers from our university who will deliver their own words of welcome to you, followed by a small set of presentations that we have put together for you concerning important announcements and messages that we have for you, including anti-COVID protocols, classroom rules, health and safety, immigration, border guards, and some other useful topics that I hope you guys will find interesting. At the end of that presentation session, around 3 o'clock or just about, we are going to ask you downstairs to the main hall as you walked in for a little snack and coffee. And after that, around 4 p.m., we will have 5, 6, maybe 7 tour guiding groups for a walking tour of Poznań. I'll be guiding one of the groups, and we should not have more than 30 people in each one, but judging from the size of the room, I think we will be okay. So this is how the agenda for this afternoon shapes up. So let me now introduce the first speaker, Vice-Rector of Adam Mickiewicz University for International Cooperation, Associate Professor Rafał Witkowski.
Thank you, Marcin. Dear students, as you may know, we like to be Polish, but we also like to be Europeans, and we also like to be citizens of the global village called Earth. We speak some languages, and some of us can speak even more than some languages. So, I would like to extend my warm welcome words to you on the behalf of Madam Rector Bogumiła Kaniewska, who must be attending another meeting today, therefore I represent her to welcome you. October 1st is a very important day in our calendar in Poznań because we start the new academic year. We are officially beginning something what is for us an essence of our life. Therefore, we are doing this with great joy, and this year we are doing this with greater joy because we can do it in the face-to-face format. Unfortunately, not everybody could come to Poznań, but we are very, very grateful and we would like to welcome very warmly everybody who decided to start the new experience of life in Poznań at the Adam Mickiewicz University. Thank you for coming to Poznań. Thank you for your decision to explore the life in Poland and to learn more about our university, about our city, about our country, and about our culture. The modern Adam Mickiewicz University exists for more than 100 years, but the traditions of the academic education in Poznań can be dated back to the beginning of the 16th century. So from one hand, you can say that we are quite a young university, but from the other hand, we can really be very, very grateful to our forefathers that they started to think about the needs of the higher education for the people here in the city already in the 16th century. And there is an old proverb in Polish, and as you may know, proverbs always reflect certain kind of eternal knowledge. There is a biggest university in Poland, in the city called Warsaw. For those of you who are here for the first time, Warsaw is our capital, somewhere eastern to Poznań. There's also the oldest university in our beautiful country called Kraków, and there is a place in the southern of Poland. But you also should remember that besides the largest, the oldest, we have also the best university in the country, and as you may imagine, Adam Mickiewicz University is the best. Of course, this is a kind of joke, but this joke really, for us at least, is a part of our daily agenda. We want to be the best. Adam Mickiewicz University is a research university. We received this statue as a research institution last year, what simply means that the education and the research at Adam Mickiewicz University is really the very profound one. Our university also belongs to the European university initiatives called Epicure, what simply means that we are really good not only in research, but also in providing the European standards of education for our students. I would like to ensure you that our university has made all possible efforts to secure your stay in Poznań in the time of the pandemic and to make it safe and pleasant. All the recommendations issued by the Polish Ministry of Health have been implemented in Poznań, and we will conduct the upcoming academic year according to these recommendations. We also prepared a number of events to help you to discover students' life in Poland in a very efficient manner. You stay in Poznań and you stay at Adam Mickiewicz University is extremely important to us because you help us to change our university for better. We want to be more international. We want to change our university into a more international circle of students and teachers. This is our goal. It is clearly said in the most important documents which were accepted by the Senate of the Adam Mickiewicz University. We want to be open to the other languages, to the other cultures, to the students from all over the world. And there was a proof. Just before pandemic, we host in Poznań students for 51 countries from all over the world. We start this new academic year with the students who represent 65 countries from all over the world. So, students, dear students, please remember that there is some things in Poland that might be different from your own experiences. The food is different, certainly, but as you can quite easily observe, we eat this food and we can quite easily survive in a good shape. So do not be afraid. Food is different, but it's still tasty. Please remember that here in Poznań, usually all rules that you may know from your home university is also the part of our agenda. So the students should attend classes, lectures, and seminars. Students can enjoy life after classes and seminars, not during the classes and seminars. Please remember that it is always useful to ask your professors for advices and simply stay in contact with them. It always helps. You will be also able to observe the life in Poland in December and January when we celebrate the Christmas and the New Year holidays. Average family in Poland spends 1/4 of a yearly budget just in these 2 months. So you will be able to enjoy life in Poland in this very special season for us, but I also hope that you will be able to support our economy buying gifts as we do for your friends, and in that way you will contribute to the economical prosperity of Poland. And to conclude, all experiences of the students who participated in Erasmus exchange or any other kind of international exchange in the past, they prove very well that the time of the international exchange is one of the most fruitful, important, and beautiful moments in your life. So therefore, I wish you to spend this time as beautifully as possible, as efficiently as possible. Take your time to learn, to study, to learn something about people around you, about our culture and language. Enjoy your life. And I would like to change the position. I would like to be the international students today. I would like to jump where you are right now, forgetting about my job, because I can guarantee you, your life is much more funny than mine. All the best.
Thank you very much. And speaking about jumping, we need to jump right ahead to the next speaker. And let me introduce you to Professor Tomasz Brańka, the Erasmus Plus Program Institutional Coordinator for Adam Mickiewicz University. Tomek.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Dear Rector, dear friends, distinguished guests, and of course you, our international students. It is also my pleasure to welcome you as an Erasmus Plus coordinator at this university, and also to express that what you have just done is a kind of exchange. You have just gave us your trust, and we will try to pay you back with our educational offer. And we do our best, but you will think at the end of your mobility that the deal was good for you. But I would say right now there is something much more on the table. We all know and we are aware that you start or you continue your education at a time when there is a doubt, criticism, and cynicism about the worthiness of the university degree. Is it really worth to stay at the university for 2 or 3, means 5, or even more years when the world is speeding so much? Is it really worth to spend so much time at the university when everything is changing so quickly? And we are all here to tell you and to convince you that this university education, the value of that is beyond any dispute. And for many of you, maybe even majority, the time of your studies, and maybe especially the exchange period, is a life-changing experience. And we are a university with a massive transformative purpose. We are the engine of a social mobility. And by we, I refer also to you, because you are already our students. That has been true since the foundation of this university, and it continues to be so today. And when I stand here every year, I'm full of optimism and hope. And how can I not be if I'm fortunate to work in a settings when I walk in each day and see in front of my eyes the future. And the future is you. How can I not be optimistic if I have this golden opportunity every day to see the seeds of a possibility and potential in you? And we all know that the role of a university has changed dramatically. It is not enough to give you only the knowledge. We can tell you for a couple of hours the beautiful story of this university, city, country. But at the same time, we know that you have that knowledge. Just a couple of clicks in your pocket backpacks. You have an access to knowledge, as long as you are connected to the internet, of course. But there is something more than just pure information. The university is to give you the skills to connect information, to draw correct conclusions, to be able to distinguish between the valuable news information and the fake news, or that news that builds a post-truth situation. And probably in your professional life, you will use the tools that were not invented yet. You will solve the questions never ever asked. And that's very probable that you will work in a profession that do not exist now. So how we can prepare you for a profession that do not exist? What kind of skills we can give you to use the tools do not exist, and to answer the questions were never asked. Frankly speaking, we can't. The world is changing too quickly. But there is still a reason that we are here for you. Because today, there is a whole set of new skills you have to be equipped with. And one of the most important, for me, is the ability for critical thinking. Not to criticize everything, the ability for a critical thinking. And you have hundreds of definitions, but there is one I like very much because it's very simple. It says, critical thinking is ability to think clearly and rationally about what to do or what to believe. University is very much about asking questions. If someone would ask me about the graphical representation of a university, I would say a question mark. Sometimes, from time to time, fortunately, we have exclamation mark. We have found something, we have discovered something, we have solved something. But whenever you see an exclamation mark, you can be sure that behind this exclamation mark, 100 question marks is waiting. A good answer always builds the way for new questions. And actually, that's also your role. Ask the questions. Criticize what we have. Do not agree. Be against. As long as you will think clearly and rationally. And you are our future. You have your own unique story, and you have just started adding your story to this university story. And thank you for that. Today, symbolically, the doors of the university are open for you. But very soon, the city, the country, and the world awaits you. And the possibilities are endless. And I would say that I'm in awe, I'm fully taken as I watch you making your way. Take care, grab the chance. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Tomasz, Brańka, thank you again. Well, the university may be about asking all the right questions, but there are also people working in the administrative sector, including the International Relations Center, that needs to provide the answers. And let me now introduce to the floor Ms. Joanna Barszcz, the head of the International Relations Center at AMU.
Hello, dear guests, dear international students. I just would like to say welcome on behalf of our International Relations Center, means the bunch of people who are responsible for inviting you here. I mean Sylvia, Jagoda, Asia, Olga, Magda from Erasmus office. You probably know them from their emails. Also Kostya and Marta from International Exchange Programs office, and myself. You probably don't know me yet, but we may meet downstairs in a few minutes. All these people, this bunch of people, every year is very proud to see such a large group here, because it means that we've done our job well, because you accepted our invitation to come to Adam Mickiewicz University in Poznań. But this year, I personally think that we are happier than ever because due to pandemic, we realize how important it is to meet in person. And to tell the truth, despite all the restrictions due to pandemic, we are so happy, and it's a great feeling to have you all in person in this beautiful building, the oldest building of Adam Mickiewicz University. I think due to pandemic, we have all reappreciated the value of such a meeting, such a personal meeting. This is why I would like to share with you the thought of French philosopher of Jewish origin, Emmanuel Levinas. This is something that comes to my mind, that he always believed that our own identity comes through meeting other people, through exchange the ideas, through conversation, through responsibility, and through respect for other people. And to tell the truth, I believe due to pandemic, we understand his thought better than ever. We understand how important it is to meet in person, and how necessary it is to our personal development. I believe that we can all learn online. We already proved that. But to really know each other and to grow, to personally grow, we need to meet and to talk and to see how different we are. And at the same time, how much we share the same emotions, fears, expectations, and dreams. And this is what is the greatest part of exchange program, that we meet. And this is why it is so great to have you here. I believe personally there is something deeply human about experience of exchange, of traveling, of learning about other cultures and beliefs. And meeting the others is an opportunity to develop, not only in the meaning of education, is the main purpose of your stay here, but also in the meaning of personal growth through interpersonal contacts. And I believe that our center our mission as International Relations Center is to give you this kind of opportunities, and not only education, in the meaning of education, but also in the other best possible ways. So at the beginning of this academic year, we just renewed our university website in English, so we opened the new one, and there you can find the Welcome Center online tab, and through this tab, you can find the whole set of information needed to stay in Poznań, but also some information about upcoming events to which we invite you, for the whole academic community in Poznań. And you will hear more about it in a moment. But in the meanwhile, once again, it's great to have you here. I wish you the best stay of your life, the best exchange program experience in your life. Just remember, be cautious, be responsible, follow the rules, stay safe, so we can meet in these beautiful AMU buildings as long as possible. And remember, as international relations students, we are always here for you. You can always turn to us, asking for advice, asking for help. You can always contact us via emails. You can always come to our office. It's always great to see you. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Before I invite the next guest onto the stage, who, as you can see, is representing the AMU School of Polish Language and Culture, we need to learn the three most important phrases in the Polish language so that you can greet our next speaker properly. So, first word that you need to learn is hello, which in Polish is dzień dobry. Okay, repeat after me, dzień dobry. Very good, well done. The second word that you need to learn is thank you, which is dziękuję. Okay, so repeat after me, dziękuję. Very well. The third most important phrase in the Polish language is gin tonic. No, that's actually not true, and Dr. Rotter-Burkane would have killed me if I told you so, so don't tell her, please. Let me now introduce onto the stage Dr. Anna Rotter-Burkane from the School of Polish Language and Culture. And yeah, by the way, we have a little ritual that we do with Dr. Anna. We always take a selfie with you guys, with the background, so that we can tell the entire world that we are here, and this will go on Facebook. So if you don't mind.
Wait.
That's okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. I'm here. Okay. Thank you very much. Here is your remote.
Okay.
I leave you.
Finally. Okay. You know, we do all the stuff here because we all feel the same. I mean, for example, I am very happy and thrilled and terrified. And this is a mixture of feelings that we all can be aware of and, you know, normalize it. Yes? So as my faculty, the Faculty of Polish Language and Culture, starts 100% in real life. So we do no hybrids, we have no online teaching, hopefully. You have to follow strict rules while visiting our building, which is beautiful and great. One of the most, I would say the most beautiful, but probably those guys from Collegium Minus would like to quarrel, but Majus is the best, you will see. So what we do in this building, we actually teach Polish language. And we teach everyone, Polish people and foreigners, as you. And trust me, it's a huge myth that Polish language is difficult, and I always say it again, and people always don't believe me. And that is because of one reason, because they don't have any motivation to learn. So the first factor and the first rule that you need to obey is to have a motive. Yes, when you are motivated, we can do the rest. Yes, just trust us. We do it for many years, and we know exactly how to teach you Polish. So where are we and what do we do? Where do I use it? We give you 3 types of courses. For the most devoted ones, we teach 10 hours per week. It costs us 10 ETCS points that you will get to you. Yes? Then we have 6-hour classes for 6 points and 4-hour classes for 4 points. How can you enroll? Yes, that is another question. Very simple. There is an online form that you fill in and we can jump you into the correct group. If you have never, ever had any contact with Polish language, raise your hand, please. Yes, it's for you. Then you just fill in the form if you want to attend Polish classes. And that's it. Jeżeli ktoś rozumie, co mówię, bardzo proszę o podniesienie rąk. Dla Państwa, którzy już mówią po polsku, tam jest test plasujący. Proszę go wypełnić i przesłać razem z formularzem zgłoszeniowym. Dziękuję. Yes, that's how we do it. It's the best placement test. Yes? When you have, had like 3, 4, or 5 Polish classes, but you have not understood what I just said, then it means that the first option is for you. Yes? So then where are we? We are in this beautiful building in Frederick 10th Street. It is very close to Minus, actually just across the park, next to the Opera House. Very city center building, you cannot miss it. It's huge. You will get lost inside. Don't worry, everyone did it. But you have to remember that we are there to help. Our office room is number 13, so you probably won't forget. There is the office that is helpful and will solve all your problems. If, for example, you will be registered in a group that has the lessons in cover with your other lessons, or it is just crossing or something, no problem. During first 2 weeks, you can move to another group. But please remember, do it as soon as possible, because our groups this year are smaller due to pandemic, rules, right? So the places will be filling up very very fast. So do not wait until the end of the second week. Do it as soon as you know about it. Then we have more options to help you, right? What else? This is a very important email. If you had any questions, if our website fails or whatever happens, just write there an email, and please be patient because we need some time to respond. So I often see students who just did an email and then after 5 minutes, they don't respond and they do the email again. No. That's not the way. We don't like it. Yes, we need some time. Be patient. We have lots of hundreds of students and we are just humans, right? So please give us a time to answer. We will deal with your email for sure. There is the line at the very bottom. That is the address of our website, which is not very beautiful right now. Actually, it's quite poor. So don't be, disappointed, because we are working on a really nice website now. And just because of pandemics, we haven't finished it yet, but it will be great in some time, yes? So this is exactly where our building is if you need a map. And what I can say, I wish you all the best. I thank you for being here. I hope that you will follow all the rules. The rule number 1, you need to have mask, right, with you to go inside the Collegium Maius. You cannot be, showing any symptoms of any infection. When we will see it, you are removed from the classroom. You have to follow the rules according to the disinfection of hands, keeping the distance, and so on, because we want to work with you in real life as long as possible, yes? And we believe that it will last for the whole academic year. So in due to this, we all need to follow the rules. What is also important? Have fun, because that's the time for it, but also play safe, yes? So I'm disappearing. You won't find me downstairs. I won't answer your questions because I have to run to my beautiful, fantastic life that I wouldn't change with anybody, not even you. Good luck. Have fun, play safe, and learn Polish. Bye.
Thank you very much. By the way, I'm not sure if you noticed that we both share a flowery pattern. Dr. Anna on her dress, me on my bow tie and a pochette, so okay. In any case, let's move on to a short video of the mayor of the city of Poznań, Mr. Jacek Jaśkowiak.
Dear students, I am glad to welcome you to Poznań. We are beginning an intense period of studying, but also of developing your passions, making new friends, and exploring the world. We are living in very interesting times. Many situations surprise us. Many situations are difficult, but at the same time, these are challenges that allow us to decide our future together. Young people are an important part of the Poznań community. When you live, study, work, and are active here, you determine what the city is like. Thanks to you, your energy and your talents, Poznań is constantly developing. Together, we are creating a Poznań that is open to all. Everyone is welcome here. I wish you a fruitful academic year and that living in Poznań give you a wonderful memories. All the best.
Mr. Mayor, Mr. Jacek Jaśkowiak. Moving right along from the beautiful city of Poznań back into our university, let me ask to the floor your good friend and mine, the lovely Miss Jagoda Jaskuła from the Erasmus Plus office.
Dear students, I want to welcome all of you at Adam Mickiewicz University on behalf of Erasmus Plus office. And yes, that's where we are. Some of you have already visited us. Those who haven't, we welcome all of you. We are open from Monday to Friday from 8 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon. And yeah. Okay, we are not far away from this building. It's like 5, even 3 minutes if you walk fast. And I want you to shortly meet our team. That's our coordinator who spoke like a few minutes ago and welcomed all of you. And my friends are the head of Erasmus Plus office, Sylvia, and the rest of my colleagues, Joanna, Olga, Magda, and me. Okay. That's probably the most important email address that you should know, and I really want to ask you to write all the questions or the requests or the problems that you have to this email. We are not able to answer your questions today, I mean on the spot here in this building, and we kindly ask you not to ask them after the inauguration, because we need access to the internet, to USOS and other important items. So I promise we'll answer all the emails that you sent, but give us a little bit more time, because now it's not, the time is flying very fast, and I promise that we will answer all the requests and emails that you have sent. Apart from us, from the Central Erasmus Plus office, each faculty that you will study at has its own Erasmus office. So this is the place where you can pick up your student card and you will receive other documents, your learning agreement and transcript of records at the end of your stay. And that's all from me. I'm really happy that we can see everybody here in person, and I hope that this semester or this year will be the most beautiful time in your life, so welcome.
Thank you very much. Give a big round of applause for Jagoda and the entire Erasmus office. Give it up, guys. And right now, let me ask to the floor another good friend of ours who's dealing with bilateral students on a daily basis. Let me just tell you a few words about this guy. He came to Poland as an international student some years back to study physics. Years went on, he graduated physics, and then he did his PhD in Polish and Classical Studies. Dr. Konstantin Mazur.
Dear students, I'm very happy to welcome you. I think it's time to add few more languages. So, шановні студенти, дуже радий вітати вас в університеті імені Адама Міцкевича в Познані. Ако са някакви българи, добре дошли, заповядайте. I will be very short, following so important welcome message about rapidly changing world. I would like you to remember that this world is changing much faster than you even expect. And sometimes, more and more often, your life experience is more and more important even than sometimes your knowledge. So, sleep less, travel more, and remember to attend your lessons. Welcome.
Thank you very much. One thing I didn't tell you about Kostya is where he was from. He came to us from Ukraine, actually, so his greeting was in Ukrainian for those of you who didn't follow the language. Thank you very much, Kostya. And right now, yes, big hand for Ukrainians and Ukrainian language. There you go. Next up, let me ask to the floor two lovely ladies representing the Erasmus Student Network, Ms. Karolina Jankowska and Ms. Agnieszka Nowicka.
We have one more guest here, our potato, Pyras, that you may know from our Instagram. Wow, I think we still cannot believe that we have this pleasure today to meet you in person, not only via emails and social media. And as you know, we are students' organization. We are just students helping students, which means that we are here just for you. Our actions are based on a few values and the causes of ESN that you can see the logotypes of them. So it's culture, social inclusion, health and well-being, skills and employability, also education and youth, and the last but not least, environmental sustainability. Here you can see our board. I'm Karolina, as you may know me from the emails, with Agnieszka, that is responsible for finances in our association, but we work also with Ania, Ola, Marta, and Nicola. Of course, we are more members in our association. As you can see, many coordinators that are willing to organize many different events for you, different types of events, and also you always can come to us if you have an idea, because we want you to integrate and feel the best in Poznań as possible. Soon we are starting orientation week, and Agnieszka will tell you more about that.
But I'm shorter, so okay. As you all know, we start on Monday orientation week, and I cordially invite you to participate because our coordinators, Nicola and Zosia, have prepared a lot of awesome attractions such as laser tag, karaoke, party at Chocolate Club, and many others. So it's really cool, and I really invite you to join us and participate this week. To sign up, you just have to visit our office or contact Zosia. That's it. Next. Okay. In your left top corner, you can see Filip Franowski. He's our body project coordinator, and for the last 2 weeks, he have been the first person for you to contact with. And I hope you all have your buddies. If not, please contact Filip. We are going to solve it. But I know that my Erasmus is here, so hi, Antonio. The most important thing, in my opinion, of course, for you to know while you're staying in Poland, in Poznań, of course, first of all, than the rest of Poland, is the ESN card. Why it's important? It's important because it's giving you the access to discounts that our partners offer. Our new partners are Czekolada and Prywatka Club, Domu Restaurant, Papaya, Tattoo Studio, and of course Orange. You're gonna get with your welcome packs SIM cards from Orange. And to activate them, you just have to contact us. We will give you the specific codes. So contact us, remember about that. And about contact, you can find us on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube, and you can just directly send an email to us. Here's the email to Karolina. But if you want to send an email to someone else, you just have to check it on our website. Here's the link. And of course, we've got the chats on WhatsApp, so we are still keeping in touch. And guys, we are here to help you make your stay in Poland the best time in your life. And you're not gonna forget us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And just one more announcement. The ESN activities are open to any international students that wish to participate. Just contact the lovely ladies or any of the multinational and multi-language team that we have here at Adam Mickiewicz. And talking about the multicultural approach, before we move on to the second part of our presentations, because so far we have finished up the line for our most important speakers. Now it's just me. until your lunchtime, served a bit late perhaps. But anyway, I want to reflect a few words about who we are and where we are today. Because in essence, as we all sit in this room, we're no different from one another, regardless of the language we speak, regardless of the ethnicity and the background that we have, regardless of the culture we come from or the family that we were brought up by, regardless of our sexual orientation and what kind of friends we follow on Facebook, Instagram, or other social media. And it all just comes down to me to a single question. Isn't there so much more that binds us together rather than divides us? And I want to share with you a very short clip that was recorded some time ago by a Danish television. By the way, any Danes here? Do we have any Danes? I don't see any hand up. But this is a Danish clip with English subtitles with a very powerful message. And at the end of this first official part of our presentations, I want to dedicate this short clip to you. It's entitled All That You Share. Please watch.
It's easy to put people in boxes. There's us, and there's them. The high earners, and those just getting by. Those we trust, and those we try to avoid. There's the new Danes, and those who've always been here. The people from the countryside, and those who've never seen a cow. The religious, and the self-confident. There are those we share something with, and those we don't share anything with.
Velkommen. Jeg kommer til at stille jer nogle spørgsmål i dag. Nogle af dem kan godt være lidt personlige, men jeg håber, I vil svare ærligt på dem. Hvem herinde i rummet var klassens klovn? Hvem er bonusforældre?
And then suddenly, there's us. We who believe in life after death. We who've seen UFOs. And all of us who love to dance. We who've been bullied. And we who've bullied others. And then there's us, the lucky ones who've had sex this past week. We who are broken-hearted. We who are madly in love. We who feel lonely. We who are bisexual. And we who acknowledge the courage of others. We who have found the meaning of life. And we who have saved lives. And then there's all of us who just love Denmark. So maybe there's more that brings us together than we think. TV2 Denmark. All that we share.
Right. Well, that was powerful. And at the end, we are all just one university family, one academic family. And I want you to think about it as you enter your classes, as you meet your colleagues, friends in future perhaps. And so I hope that from today, you will be looking at them and at yourselves with an increased sensitivity. Unfortunately, we have a few more, much more tangible things to talk about as well, including your daily lives at Adam Mickiewicz University, connected to what we all know that happened in the previous months, over 18 months. And I'm going to run you through a few presentations related to COVID and other important subjects. Let's start with the COVID one. Safety regulations concerning COVID-19. Okay. First rule, as always and as everywhere, please remember to keep your social distance in classes, in the buildings, on campus, at the university at all times. In order to measure that distance, I made it easy for you. If you can find the country you're from on this little graphic, okay, if you're from Austria, the distance would be at least 1 alpine cow. Malta is 4 rabbits, Romania, 1 brown bear, Italy, the length of 1 Vespa between you, please, guys. Okay, Spain, why fight bull? Well, that's a big bull anyway. Okay, Finland, anyone from Finland here? We have Finland, so 1 moose, remember, 1 moose away from another. Poland, yeah, all Polish students must keep a distance of 1 bison between them. Okay, so we are all in the same boat, really. So please just try, in fun, in good sport, but try to remember that. Your health is our priority. We're not the only university that talks about it. The top university in the world, the University of Oxford, also tells us, keep your social distance, keep wearing face coverings, wash your hands. If you get symptoms, get tested, get a medical advice, isolate yourself, stay healthy. Basically, this is what we need to tell you. You need to keep your masks on campus and in classes. Please try to refrain from wearing plastic visors, shields, or scarves. Use proper medical approved masks. The same rule applies to all the public transportation and places you might go in the city, including movie theaters, post offices, hospitals, and even barber parlors or beauty parlors that you will go to. So basically, if you keep out of trouble that way, you should be fine, because it's likely that the pandemic is here to stay, and we just have to get used to it. The same rule applies to all major ceremonies and visits, as I said, to hairdressers or beauty parlors. But please watch for current updates that are posted either on our website, on amu.edu.pl, or on a Facebook page that is in English, and any other channels that you guys are following regarding Poland. These two, for sure, are a good advice to follow. First is the Polish government website. The other one is our main English website. In classes, there are just a few examples of what to do. You all know that, so I'm not going to go through it. Just please keep that in mind, and simply please follow these rules in order to stay safe and keep everyone else safe as well. Always, in any case, if you don't understand or don't know something about anti-COVID protocols at this or any other university, don't hesitate to approach either one of us working with the central administrative offices, or your faculty coordinators, or your ESN friends. There are 3 paths for you that we're going to explore. What to do if you have a current infection, if you develop symptoms. We ask you kindly to let us know. There is a medical clinic that is cooperating with us not far from this building, about 10 minutes from here by foot. It's called Unimedic. They have an email address that you may use in case if you feel sick. They will register you and will help you follow the next steps. But please, at all times, I'm talking to Erasmus Plus students and also to the exchange students, let us know what's going on. There is also path 2, just in case you've had a close or direct contact with the infected person, but you have no symptoms. That may also happen. The procedure here is very similar. Please report this to us so that we know and we can act and we can help you. Don't keep it to yourselves, inform us. The same applies to path number 3. It's a low exposure risk if you're with a person 2 meters away for less than 15 minutes. Okay, it's a low risk, so don't worry too much about that. But if this happens and you know about it, also please do let us know. In any case that you will feel you need more information on the Polish medical system, on the health protection procedures that are here in Poland, you may access this free direct phone line that speaks English. And by dialing this number, 800-190-590, you will be connected to a person who will hear you and will help you guide your first steps in any case connected to the COVID pandemic. Okay. So having said that, we can go to the next presentation, and I'll be trying to run quickly through them. This presentation will concern some entry and re-entry procedures. I got this presentation from our friends at the Tuavitsa airport in Poznań here, from the border guard station, and they asked me to convey a few important details so that you keep them in mind when attempting to travel outside of Poland and back in. So this is the border guard checkpoint at Tuavitsa airport, and the aim here is to tell you guys how to stay out of trouble, basically. The name of the person there, it's a captain of the border guards, Mr. Janczak. He will see the email address and the phone number at the end of this presentation, but that's the person that we got this presentation from. So basically, there are a few things that you need to know. Oops, sorry about that. About border guards, what they do is basically they're authorized to check if a person from abroad is here legally and to do anything that is possible to inform and to help such a person to establish the basic facts in order to help you go on with your business. This is how the border guards work. They always carry a badge. So if you ever get approached on the street or in any other place by someone who claims to be a border guard, they need to show you their badge. It's very important so that you keep that in mind. They always need to be uniformed officers wearing a badge, just like police will do. So keep that also in mind kindly. Now, there are basically two paths for you just to get acquainted. If you're from EU countries or European Economic Area, you may take a 2-minute rest. But everyone else from outside of the European Union, please bear with me for a moment. You need to have your documents confirming the legality of your stay here in Poland. You need to have your passport on you whenever the border guard approaches you. If you don't, there are fines, but don't worry about that too much because as long as you have your ID with you, you're fine. Obligations: always have a valid travel document, always have a valid visa in it. Make sure that your passport has a valid visa inside, or a residence permit if you're planning to stay here longer than just 1 semester. Always show these documents at request of the border guard. It's either your passport, it's either your confirmation that you applied for permanent residence, or your permanent residence card, and they may look like that. So the two most common the two most common reasons why border guard would say that something is wrong with your conduct is, number one, if you stay longer than you can legally in this country, and if you cross the border against the law. I understand that none of these will be the case here for you guys. Now, visa, when you have your visas, always check if the duration of your visa covers your stay in its entirety. So make sure that it doesn't expire, that it has multiple entries and re-entries, and that it covers not only Poland, but for instance, also other Schengen states. It's very important if you want to travel outside of Poland. Okay. Be careful, because if you are here on a visa and not from a Schengen country, the procedure for re-entry is a little bit more complicated, and without a special stamp in your passport and without a valid visa, it might be difficult for you to come back. So it's not enough to have a stamp if you're applying for a permanent residence card here in Poland, but you also need your passport and a visa in it, unless you applied for a card beforehand. And all of these, I'm running quickly through, but don't worry, we will post all of these presentations online on our website, so you will have plenty of time to take a look at them later. Okay, obligation to return, well, that I hope doesn't relate to anyone here in the room. We don't want you to be in trouble like that. Main reasons, as I said, you can get expelled from Poland only if you stay here legally, or if you cross the border against the law, or if you take up employment, which is not legal here in Poland. They can keep you for 48 hours, of course. I have to tell you this, I'm sorry. They can also issue a warrant or a re-entry ban, so you are not admitted back. But as I said, this is just in very drastic situations, and we haven't had a case like that in a long time. So how to graduate? Well, basically, I would say, to sum up, main points: always carry your residence card or passport with a visa on you. Okay. Don't be late with your residence permit application if you're applying for one. And don't cross the border without passport and valid visa or temporary stay card. On the website, I will also post some reading materials for you about legal solutions for foreigners in connection with the epidemic, and other useful tips on the extension procedures of your stay here in Poland. Let me also invite you, those of you who are interested, of course, for October 12th and 13th, to join us for a workshop online on all immigration policies and procedures. This will be very useful, I think. At 9:30 a.m. on October 12th, that will be a webinar in Polish, and a day later at 9:30 a.m. also in English. There is a website where you fill in and send in the application form. Those of you, especially those of you who are from outside of the European Union or are from EU but planning to stay here longer, please use the links provided here and sign up for this very useful webinar. Okay, thank you from the border guards. Enjoy your stay in Poland, and now we can move to next presentation. Thank you very much. Okay, so this is more fun, I think, I hope. I'm going to present to you options that you would normally have in a pandemic-free world in our sports center. And just one announcement concerning that: if you are here and plan to take up any sport activities or classes, sport physical education classes basically, with Adam Mickiewicz University, check with our sports center. There is an Erasmus section on the website of the AMU Sports Center that tells you which particular fields are open to you, which classes are open and can be organized in person. But overall, we have our sports center at the northern part of Poznań, about 20 minutes away from here, the Morasko campus. We have all of our sports, well, not all, I shouldn't say all, most of our sport facilities there, including a swimming pool, a tennis court, a running track, a soccer field, and a number of gym and fitness classes. So it's a good idea if you have some time on your hands to use it for free as AMU students. This is how you get there, by tram or by bus. And let me just show you, okay, what we have. Anything from aerobic to yoga and fitness. Anything from team sports such as basketball, soccer, volleyball, and uni-hockey to swimming in various configurations, if I can say so. We have things like, you know, fencing, self-defense, judo, and other classes that you might be enjoying, perhaps. This is how it looks like in a nutshell. This is our main fitness room. These are our aerobic rooms, people training there all the time. This is a swimming pool. That's one of our tennis courts. It's an indoor tennis court, by the way. So you can enjoy playing tennis regardless of weather conditions outside, which for Poland is kind of sweet. Running, you know, other sports as well, including chess. That's interesting. You know, chess is also considered a sport. So all those of you who play chess, feel free to join our chess team at AMU. This is another karate, cycling, triathlon, rowing. Okay. So that's the website and the Facebook page. I think they post mostly in Polish, but it's easy to translate on Facebook anyway, so don't worry about that. They have their own Instagram as well. So there you go. This is in a small summary what we do with sports classes and AMU. Okay, thank you for that. And we can move on to another presentation that will be a very interesting app, and I'm happy to tell you that because this app that is named Take and Drive, it was actually developed by our graduate. His name is Barszcz, and he graduated at Wieniawskiego some time ago already. He went off and he thought, how should we help you guys and everyone else who's coming to Poznań for the first time to use various forms of transport that is available in the city. And he came up with a Take and Drive app that tells you options you have for public and shared transport vehicles all in one app. So what this app does is it shows you on the map of the city various providers of transport, including cars, electric and regular, including city bikes, including electric scooters that you can rent. And it all tells you how far it is from you. It presents the information about the zones where you can travel. It tells you how much it costs. And it's basically very nice because you can also use it for checking your bus or tram arrival and departure times. And as far as buses and trams, I'll tell you a bit more later as well. But this is an app that you can download directly to your phones. I use it, I like it, and it's very useful to me. It has proven to be very useful. Okay, I think we can move on. Good. So what we've done here so far is about 3/4 through, which is not bad, considering that in a few minutes I might invite you downstairs for lunch, so we're doing well on time. Talking about apps and the useful apps that I want to show you to continue with the Take and Drive is a few screens that I put together for you just in case you need it or you like it or you got used to it during that period. First of all, how do you get food in Poland, here in Poznań online? Which are the most important apps that are available here and active? Well, of course, some of them you might know already from your home countries, like Uber Eats, Glovo, probably, maybe, I don't know. Some of you might already know this. Volt is just like Uber. It's just a different provider. So they deliver food. Deli Goo also, some restaurants here in Poznań, in Poland in general, they use that particular app. But the two of my favorite ones are Głodny.pl and Pyszne.pl. Okay, Głodny actually means hungry in Polish, okay? Głodny means hungry. And Pyszne means delicious. So those are the two other words for you guys to note down if you're taking Polish classes. Głodny, hungry, pyszne, delicious. Okay, so it's easier to remember perhaps if you want to use the apps. Okay, shopping. With shopping, you have a large array of apps to choose from, I would say, from major providers that you know, Carrefour, Auchan. Everly actually is interesting, that the green one right there, because it carries most of the, let's say, low-cost brands such as Lidl, Biedronka, Żabka. Actually, those are two other words that I need to teach you guys, okay? Żabka is a small frog. I don't have the logo here, but you see Żabkas all around the city. Small convenience stores with a little frog-like logo. So, yeah, they're just all over, very easy to find. And also Biedronka. Biedronka is a ladybug, okay? Ladybug, a small bug that flies around in the summer. So those are the two main chain stores that, you know, people would go to get their groceries, but not all of them. There are plenty more, and those are just the examples that if you use Everly app, you can find it without a problem. Rossmann, I'm sure you know, because Rossmann exists in other countries as well, so that's for like cosmetics and basic utilities that you need for your cleaning your house or your bathroom or whatever you need. Hebe is also for cosmetics, the other ones, whatever, makeups, whatever you guys use. So if in any case, if you can't leave your dorm, or if you don't feel like leaving, walking around, whatever happens, we just don't know. We hope everything will be fine and we can just go into the store and buy what we need. Hey, sometimes life happens, right? Okay. These are just some general apps that you might use. Empik mostly sells books and DVDs and CDs and things like that. It's also a good option for you to find gifts. But I would encourage you to find a stationery store, so a regular physical store, to go in just to explore it for the first time, because it's a basically Polish brand. Allegro is the largest general shopping app like Amazon, but it's Polish. Okay, it's based here in Poznań. The headquarters for Allegro is here. So if you're using that, you're supporting the Polish people who founded and operate this largest shopping online app. OLX, some of you may already know, it sells everything from new to second-hand, from books to houses and cars. So whatever you need, you can find on OLX. Zalando is mostly for clothing, I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, my female colleagues. Shoes also, right. And i-obuwie, okay, obuwie also means shoes in Polish, all right? So that's, i-obuwie is actually neat because you can order that online and you can go into a physical store here in Poznań. They'll bring it up from the back storage, and you can try it on. If you don't like it, you just give it back and forget about everything else. But you get good prices. It's a good deal. I would do that. Vinted, on the other hand, is an app that you use for second-hand clothing that you or somebody else wants to give a second life to. So also it's a great idea for you if you want to sell clothes, okay? The app, from what I remember, I think speaks English, at least partly, so, but it's very easy to navigate. It's quite user-friendly. Okay, transportation. Here I would advise you to use three basic apps. Jak dojadę means how do I get to. Jak means how, dojadę comes from a verb jechać or dojechać, meaning get to, getting to. So this basically tells you how to use city transport. Not all cities in Poland I covered. Poznań is one of them that is. And I like that because it shows you the departure times and arrival times with GPS in real time. So you can figure out how long you will be waiting at a particular bus stop or tram stop or whatever. The ICC PKP Intercity, as you might expect, it's a train app. So for trains, Not international trains, unfortunately, just trains that go well, one exception, I think, is the express that goes to Berlin. From Warsaw via Poznań to Berlin. And there are at least 3 Eurocity trains that go back and forth every day between Poznań and Berlin, so it's fairly easy to use. Also, Portal Pasażera means a passenger's portal. It does basically the same thing as your intercity, but also gives you some local trains, you know, less frequent or less fancy, if I can say so. Not necessarily intercity trains, but also, you know, those smaller commuter trains that go in and out every day. ePodróżnik.pl, that is an app that has buses and trains and sometimes even a car sharing service like BlaBlaCar, you know, if you guys know it. Okay, so that's the app that connects it. I use the ePodróżnik for buses because sometimes you don't get a train connection where you want to go and there's only a bus. So that app helps you find the right bus. And you can usually buy a ticket online as well. The Mobilet, thank you. Thank you. The Mobilet is an app that allows you, if you rent a car here in Poznań, you can pay for parking zones here in the city. You can get your public transportation tickets, or I would say even pay for some local trains, but usually within the greater Poznań metropolitan area. Okay. That's an app I like very much. It's for bicycles. Okay. It's for bicycles, and this is a system for city bikes. Very easy to use, many stations around. It's like in any other country. You guys come from places where I'm sure a similar system is also working. It may not be the next bike system, but something very, very similar. Okay. Private transportation, okay, anything from Uber to iTaxi. iTaxi is a nice app for you know, calling a taxi if you need it. There is the BlaBlaCar that I told you about. There are several, like at least four providers of electric scooters you see on the streets. So you have Lime, you have Blinky, you have HubCity, you have EcoShare, a number of them, and they come in and out, you know, they come, they go. So the offer is fairly big. There is lots to choose from. Electric cars, at least 4 providers in Poznań right now, from what I know. Any of them is good. The rates are comparable. And some you pay for distance, and some you pay for time, and some you pay for a hybrid way of using your car. It's up to you to decide, of course. But Poznań is one of the most, if I can say so, most friendly towards electric car sharing, and we're very proud of that. Last but not least, I would say those 2 apps useful for booking your appointment with the hairdresser or a hairstylist or a beautician. One is called Moment, powered by Booksy, and the other one is Booksy itself. Okay, so if you want a visit at a beauty parlor or a hairdresser, feel free to use those 2 apps. All right, we're just 4 minutes out of 3 p.m. That's brilliant, guys. Now I want to bring your attention to the fact that we are finishing up with the official welcome here in this auditorium. I'm going to ask you to walk downstairs to pick up your welcome packs, and you should leave that way. I think they can leave that way as well. That way is better? Okay. So we're asking you guys to walk slowly towards the vestibule, the hall downstairs. At 4, just careful, give me a moment. At 4 o'clock, we expect you outside of this building. Form groups with the guides that will be noticeable outside, and we're going out for a walking tour of Poznań. Okay, from me, that would be all. Thank you very much for your attention. It's been lovely to see you. All the best. And just one more announcement. When you pick up your welcome packs, please tell the staff whether you are Erasmus Plus student or exchange student, okay? It's important for us for statistical purposes. Thank you again. Enjoy your lunch.